Yes, guys, welcome back to Flat Cap Euro Talk here, bringing you a Sam Johnston sort of scout report. But I'm not really that good at kind of measuring what a good goalkeeper looks like. I just am going to be honest and truthful. I don't really know what it takes to be a Premier League goalkeeper at a very high level, especially for what Spurs want. But do let me know, could he be that guy to be a serviceable backup keeper? Because next season he will have to play in some high profile games, and then he'll also maybe be, I don't know, maybe he backs himself to be the future replacement for Lloris. Is he good enough to be the future replacement for Lloris? Do let me know in the comments below. I'm just going to give a bit of background and some stats on the guy. But born in Preston, England, I believe that's north of Manchester, so definitely a northern kid. 29 years of age, born in 1993, 6 feet 4 inches. I feel like he's always looked a lot shorter for the average keeper, and maybe 6'4" is kind of around that average sort of height, I would imagine, for a keeper. But do let me know. 1.93 meters tall. His youth career was in Manchester United for a while, but he was loaned out to Doncaster Rovers and Preston North End for a series of different loans. And then he is now currently at West Brom. But let's look into the stats. In 2017-18 over at Villa, he seemed to have, a very good season there, but it looked like probably because Villa, I bet, were promoted that season by the looks of things, having a very high save percentage, didn't really allow too many goals. I would imagine, that means they were having a really good season. In 2018, by the looks of things, over at West Brom, definitely looked like a tough season. Dealt with 200 shots on target, 144 saves made, but kept similar save percentage. I guess that means maybe he is, a consistent goalkeeper in around that range of 70%. I'm not sure what that, really means. Maybe that he does mean, he's good when, put under a lot of pressure. And I would say by these stats, you can tell he is very good at, dealing with a lot of pressure and is good at, kind of being under the thick of things, which as a backup keeper, maybe in, games where maybe we're not playing so well, could actually be quite useful. Who knows? But in the 2019 season, it looks like a really good season for us, West Brom, because it's not surprising. I mean, they did get promoted to the Premier League the following season, but he still had to make 113 saves and still had to deal with 153 shots on target. So it did show that maybe West Brom, despite maybe conceding 45, did still, deal with, quite a few shots on target. But, in Aston Villa, he dealt with 174 there and had to make 133. So, it seems like the championship, I don't know, by the looks of things, it seems like, plenty of saves. But West Brom's season in the Premier League dealt with 228 shots on target, 161 saves, and then kept a save percentage above 70%. 74 goals allowed. The most goals he's ever conceded was in the Premier League. But I think that's when Sam Johnston was sort of put on the map, if I can remember. A lot of people actually did not really look at him as a bad keeper, despite conceding, I believe, the most goals. I could be wrong. But also, he dealt with the most shots on target, as you can see in that little chart down below. He dealt with the most shots on target of any keeper in the Premier League, dealt with the most saves of any keeper in the Premier League. Did have a few defensive actions outside the penalty area for a keeper that probably was camped in his own box a lot because of the pressure they dealt with. And then also, as well, he did do plenty of launch pass attempts, which you could really probably just, I bet a lot of those were just probably clearances, is what I imagine. But is he good with his feet? By the looks of things, from what I saw, left footed like Lloris as well, but I don't know if that really indicates anything. But he looked like he can really clear it of some distance. Can he really ping it to somebody's foot? I didn't really recall that, but someone could, remind me if that's untrue. That's what I would really prefer. I would rather us maybe sign a modern goalkeeper of some kind. But I guess for what Sam Johnston brings, the reason I've recommended him on this channel so many times, and you can look back over a lot of these transfer streams that I did with Darius, we all kind of went for Sam Johnston plenty of times as somebody that we should probably sign on a free transfer. So this is definitely something that I endorse this transfer if it is true. It was reported by Ali Gold. Everybody, we are the front runners. I'll just take this way. We are the front runners in this sort of search for Sam Johnston. It seems like he wants to sign with us. It makes sense, because with the clubs that are rumored to sign him on a free, I think he would play higher profile games if Spurs were to make Europe, whether that be Europa League or Champions League. I think the games would be a lot better for him, and some of the cup matches he would certainly get, I would imagine, as well. And he'll be the backup keeper, which means Galini is probably out the door, which I guess bye bye Galini. not a bad transfer if we didn't actually sign him permanently when you kind of think about it. But bringing back up these stats again, just to reiterate, Sam Johnston is very used to dealing with lots of shots. He's kind of not really used to being on a team, you could say, that really dominates. I guess, like, apart from the seasons where maybe his team got promoted, like with Aston Villa, like with West Brom and the championship. But once he got to a higher level in the Premier League, he's been used to being under a lot of pressure, which I guess is, maybe a good thing as a backup keeper. It means that he's probably fit and ready and, isn't, playing as a backup keeper coming from a team that also dominated, where he's used to dealing with pressure. Maybe that could help him a bit. But I'm not sure. I'm not a good measure of keepers, but maybe, the next time I bring somebody on like Darius, maybe he'll let me know. But everybody in the comments, do let me know, is Sam Johnston the right signing for us as a backup keeper for Lloris? And can he replace Lloris in the future? Do let me know in the comments. And as always, I will be seeing you.